in Soroti municipality at an appropriate time. We have Elijah from Lango. What is Elijah? Elijah equally is a candidate in our brother from Bunyoro, that is Alan. You're welcome. It is not my day to speak. It is the day for the president to communicate everything that he quote him. He is not a stranger to you. He is just one of you. Other sectors have been saying now, we have ours a musician, we have ours a farmer, we have ours a peasant. Now, at least it is this time, the journalists also have their own. So, for this time, promote your own. I want to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to know economic dialogue. And I want to invite Tom and the rest to come and please the President. Karibu, Rais.
I went across the country. We've been across the country more than once, and we were very active when everybody else wasn't. But then we went silent when everybody else became active. And that was a matter of strategy. And people were telling me, we can't hear from you, where are you, what are you doing, what are you up to? And I said, at the appropriate time, I will tell you what we are up to. And, but as of 26th of last month, after a long struggle, and of course it is a struggle for a reason, National Economic Empowerment Dialogue finally got its certificate from Electoral Commission as a fully fledged political party, but we did not wait for that. In the meantime, as we were waiting for it, we are really canvassing across the country. Now, the purpose of me calling you here is, number one, to tell you that we are launching the party on 23rd, that's Wednesday next week, and in a very, very colorful occasion in which every one of you is invited. But we are also going to have people from across the country who are vying for positions on our ticket who will be there. So it's going to be a big function at which we shall launch need to the people. Then after that, we shall go from region to region, canvassing for people who are interested in our ideology, who believe in economic empowerment, who believe in financial freedom, and all the things that we've been speaking about, and about the equitable distribution of national resources, the things for which need has always been known. We shall go across the country and we shall get them from every single region. And next Wednesday we shall have them here, some of them already, from all regions, including Karamoja. Now, we intend to be a completely national party. That's why I have not been in Kampala only. We are going to be a totally national party, and we are going to have proper, powerful representation from every corner of this country. And you shall see the evidence of it next Wednesday when we launch officially the party, because we're inviting all those people who are already interested, who have expressed interest in our standing on our ticket, to come, and well, we'll have a wonderful occasion. It won't just be a launch, it will also be some kind of festive occasion. So at a venue that we shall announce very soon. So please prepare for that. But the purpose of this is to, we are on our way. And there's been a lot of questions, media houses calling me, come, we want to hear from you, what are you doing, what are you talking about? You were so loud at some stage, then you went silent at another. So what are you up to right now? So this is what we're up to. So we got this is the original certificate that those guys made us have to dance for. It's amazing that people who registered new political parties got theirs before us who took over the existing party. It's not supposed to be like that, but of course there is a reason why they wanted us to be last. But you see, thankfully, the Bible says you're talking to the people who are going to be first. at the end of all this. At the end of all this, you're talking to people who are going to be fast. So we are ready and we are setting off. And next Wednesday, please come for the official launch of the National Economic Empowerment Dialogue political party led by yours truly, Joseph Kabuleta. So thank you. Any questions? We kurangirira nti ekibiina kya National Economic Empowerment Dialogue did need kyatongozebwa aba Electoral Commission omwezi okuwedde ennaku z'omwezi 26 era katuli kibiina kyetongodde simanyi lwaki baatulwisaawo ate nga baatandika okutandisa okufuna ebibiina babaweerawo nefe abaafuna ekibiina erudi kyaliwo ne batulwisa twe tumaze mu process eno myaka 13 naye twamaze tukifuna naye kakati ekideeso wano lunaku lwaleero okulangirira nti abantu baali beebuuza kuba ffe twali tutambula akalulu kaggwa aka 2021 ffe twali tutambula nga tutambula eggwanga nga buli omu asirise buli omu talina kyakola kati abantu bonna baasituka ne batandika nabo okutambula ffe ne tusirika abantu ne batubuuza mubadde ku ki nga tetubalaba kakati olunaku olwa 23 omwezi guno Wednesday ejja tugenda kutongoza officially ekibiina kyaffe era tuyita abantu bonna bagenda kubeerawo mu buyitirivu nga bava mu bitundu by'eggwanga byonna nga abaagala okubeera ku kaadi yaffe bagenda kubeerawo wano buli omu yeyanjule nga buli region ey'eggwanga Karamoja wonna wonna bagenda kubeera wano nga bonna beeyanjula abantu abakkiriza mu bye tukkiririzaamu ebyenfuna ebya ssente kubanga ekintu ekisingira ddala Museveni kyasinze okukola myaka gino 40 ky'ekyokutta ebyenfuna kati okuzza eggwanga kijja kwetaagisa economic empowerment oba okuzza obujja abantu mu ebyenfuna by'abantu so n'olwensonga eyo olwokusatu olujja tugenda kubeera mu kifo kye tujja okulangirira nga tutongoza officially ekibiina ekya National Economic Empowerment Dialogue ne road map yakyo bwe tunaamala okutongoza ano officially tujja kutandika okugenda mu bitundu byonna eby'eggwanga era nga tuyita abantu abaagala okwesimbawo mu bifo ebyenjawulo byonna okuvira ddala member of parliament okugendera ddala wansi tujja kugenda region by region nga tugenda tufuna abantu abo abakkiririza mu bye tukkiririzaamu so yensonga lwaki mbayisa olunaku wano olwaleero bimpi nnyo bwe bityo kankomaawo yes ekisookera ddala tewali biwayi bibiri mu niidi ekiwayi ekyokubiri kikulaga certificate awo tujja okukkiriza nti balina ekiwayi tewali biwayi bibiri waliwo ekiwayi kimu need equals Kabuleta awatali Kabuleta tewali need kakati abaagala okwefuula nti mbadde simanyi nti gye bali naye ekiri ku zaali ofisi zaffe Rubaga tezikyali ofisi zaffe era twagenza okugyayo ebintu byaffe kubanga tenancy agreement yaffe ne balandlord baawo ekoma lunaku lwaleero 7 era nagenza okugyayo ebintu byonna tewali kintu kitaliyo kitali kya Kabuleta ekitali kyange owulidde I have bankrolled this party from the beginning up to where it is right now so we're just putting things out of our office and we are going to put them at a new office which we shall announce and we shall so kati bwaba wakulowoozesa nti waliwo ekiwayo ekyokubiri like simanyi like kibanga oli omusajja omu yagamba Kenya n'agamba second lady awante bagaa nti president alina abakazi babiri n'avayo n'aganze nina omu naye ng'oli yagaye second lady so anyway issue eriwo eri nti ekiwayo kya need kye kino kakati anything else there is nothing else tewali kiriyo tewali tenancy agreement yaffe ne balandlord eri ekoma lunaku lwaleero 7 era twagenza okugyayo ebintu byaffe ate byaffe oba kankiteeke bwe nti byange owulidde tewali funding yonna ebadde ejjamu need nga teyise mu nsawo zange so kati n'olw'ensonga eyo balandode bagenda kujja batujjemu whether babikkiriza bagenda kujja batujjemu ffe twabagambye nti twagala okumaliriza tenancy agreement yaffe tunoonye ekifo ekirala ekijja mu financial liberation gye twogera eri office terabika need twatandikira bugoloobi kwegamba need mugitegedde eri office terabika Kabuleta yensonga lwaki mbadde sigenda nayo nnyo njagala okufuna office enfaanana ng'obwogamba nti ssente mu nsawo abantu batunula gye bagenze ne balabirira ddala nga ddala ssente zigenda kubeera mu nsawo zaabwe kakati bwe nkuyita wano n'ojja wano sirabikanga muntu akuyise mu Isiraamu owulidde kati twagala okukyusa ekifaananyi tukijjeyo eri tutondewo ekifaananyi ekirala abantu bategeerera omanyi eŋŋombo yaffe egamba ssente mu nsawo money in your pocket kati twagala kirabika we want to look the part so yensonga lwaki twatabineetiza agreement yaffe eri ekifo ekirala kye tugenda okufuna kigenda kubeera tugamba nga kirabikako singa lubagaba because abantu abamu abaali bamanyidde okugenda press conference zaffe bugoloobi we twagenda eri ne bagenda ne bagaa wano tetugenda kujjawo kati ate nange ne mbatunuulira ne mbasaasira owulidde kuba twava eno gye baali batumanyidde ate tugende walala so n'olwensonga eyo tujja buli offices and ate tulookinge ate tewali kiwayi kyakubiri there might be some disgruntled people but babeerawo all the time owulidde naye ng'ekiwayi kiri kimu kyane kati oli bw'ajja n'agamba nti ndi mukyalawo ng'ate tumumanyi namumanya nga mugamba tutekewo enkola eteesa nabo eteesa naye omulika n'akola byakola nawe n'okola byokola tewali ku kiwali kye tuteesa ki nze pulezidenti mukimanyi certificate nze ngineeno eri original mukimanyi tewali lupapula lwonna olukwatagala
Yes, morning, Pastor. I'm O'Neill from the New Vision.
President.
Sorry. Measure. What's your take on those few handouts has been giving out? Because now right now he's in Kampala right now. So what's your take on those handouts he's giving out? Are they is he empowering people or is it into campaigns? Thank you. Can you also take us, please?
Because as I told you, even while they were dilly-dallying on the process, we knew very well they would eventually give us the certificate. And so we were going ahead doing our work. Nothing whatsoever stopped us from moving on. So even if we might have appeared to be silent in the media, we were doing our work, and you'll see the evidence of it next Wednesday. That's when you know that we actually have been doing our work. Now, also on the other hand, you were asking about the president passing around giving handouts. I really don't want to comment on something which is gone, you see, like it's a gone mist. Like that man is not a part of the future of this country. Neither is his son. So there is not going to be a dynasty in this country. So I really do not want to waste my time, because even the people in the villages have finally got to know him. You've been seeing pictures of somebody continuing laying his bricks when the president is there. They know he doesn't give anything. If he gives you a finger, he will take the whole arm. And that has been the story of all his 40 years. There is nobody who has had, and people are saying the man missed an opportunity. Museveni has never been presented an opportunity to anybody except his immediate family. The only thing he does is impoverish people. There is nobody who says he became rich out of meeting Museveni unless they are related to him. So there is no opportunity he presents. Like I said, he gives you a finger, he takes the whole arm. So people have finally gotten to know about it. But sometimes out of respect, they will come and talk. But they don't expect that because I met the president, my life is going to change for the better. It never does. It never has. There is so many people we can mention just on the finger whose lives became demonstrably worse to the point of absolute, poverty just by meeting that man, because he's a carrier of poverty. And even the country is the first man that has become very poor because of meeting him. Okay? So now there is nothing. He will go around, he's the president, he will block traffic, stop people who are trying to earn a legitimate living, and go and inspect pit latrines which have been built and what and so on. He can do anything. Last whatever he was inspecting a water supply in Bufumbira, 3 or 4 taps which were put for people to collect water. The president went and cut a tape. And how can you be a president for 40 years? And you're cutting a tape which even an old C1 would be ashamed to go and cut. But you see, when you've done nothing, you start looking at small things, which now is going to commission over a market, over water, stuff like that. And it's just blocking the traffic for people who are going to earn a legitimate living, who are not feeding and getting fat of taxpayers' money. So what he does or doesn't do is none of my business. He's an economist. Thankfully, it's yesterday's news. But we have news now, and the news is Kabuleta. Okay? That is today's news. And tomorrow's news. So that's the news. Yes, madam.
Thank you. My name is Tracy. In the forthcoming elections, especially after you exit from the Holy Alliance. So let's talk about those.
Number one, what I stand for is what that is outside of everything economic, of an economic nature. Because, and it's even in the slogan, money in the pocket. That's what we are offering. Real money, people empowered to make money for themselves, not to get handouts which they are going to eat today and tomorrow they are broke. But empowering communities and what to go and get money. And people-centered development, where development is not just figures which people see in a budget, but development is actually reflected first and foremost in people's pockets. That's what we stand for, and that's the message we are going to be putting across. The other thing you asked is, am I going to be on the? Why would I have go through the process? I stand for president. I go through the process of getting a party and mobilizing people, and then you ask me if I'm going to stand for president. What, you think I'm going to stand for what? For LC5? So the party leader of national is, of course I'm going to stand for president, and I'm going to be on the ballot. That is the whole idea. And actually I stood in 2021 just to test the waters. The purpose of all of it was this one. Everything I did there was for this reason. I didn't expect that I was going to cause a ripple that time, but now you wait and see. It might not look like it right now, but you just wait and see how we are going to cause a splash. We barely caused a ripple 5 years ago, but now we are going to cause a splash, an absolute splash, if not a tsunami. Because the time is right, and I can see everything is cooking in my favor. So, have I answered all your questions? The coalition. Nsonga y'ebyemikago twayingira emikago egimu tetwagiyingira nga tumanyi kubanga of course mu politics ebintu ebimu oyigabiyige olina okusooka okuyingiramu n'olyoka obiraba. Sijja kugamba nti nina experience y'amaanyi, so nayingira emikago naye ng'abantu bennyingidde nabo ensonga zaabwe zaali ndala nnyo, tezaali ng'ezange bwe zaali. Kati bwe tuvaayo n'otandika okwogera ensonga ogenda okulaba nga bo bakozesezza erinnya lyo okubaako ne gye bagenda ne babaako ne bye bafuna. So kati emikago gino oluusi ngigendako mpola because abantu kati mu by'ebyobufuzi bantu bangi abanoonya emmere ya leero. Nze sinoonyangako mmere ya leero, nasemba ginoonya myaka gyadda. Ne mu 2021 bwe neesimbawo kuba pulezidenti, kampeni yange nze nagifinansinga, nali sinoonya mmere ya leero. So n'olwensonga ate nentabaala eggwanga lyonna, saayimirano mu kibuga kugenda ku ma-TV n'amaradio, natabaala eggwanga lyonna. So n'olwensonga eyo emikago gino tujja giyingira singa gibanga abantu bwe tugiyingira nabo tulaba nti bali principled, bali ku mulamwa, balina ekintu kye baluubirira. Naye nga singa nsoma nendaba nti bano banoonya abantu banoonya ekintu kye babuukira, ayagala abuukire kino, abuukire kiri, abuukire kiri. Ensonga lwaki babibuukira, baagala kwewa valyo, balyoke beetege, balyoke bagende eri, balyoke bafune ssente, naye nga bakozesezza okwetega. Kati eyo ensobi sigenda kuddamu gikola, nagikola luli sigenda kuddamu gikola. Kakati naye nga tekigamba nti sijja kuyingira mikago, naye nga nja giyingira nga nsoose kwetegereza n'okwekenneenya bulungi nnyo abantu be nnyingira nabo emikago, ng'endowooza yaabwe gye balowooza yemu n'eyange.
Word on the street that need is also among the few political parties that are being sponsored by the state. It is everywhere, and you can comment about that. Then, the second one, that also there are candidates who are
betaaga okwetegereza, because oluusi ekyokuddamu kibeera mu muntu yennyini, kubanga mu bantu bonna be mugamba nti baabateekawo nga just baliwo okujjuza namba nga bano abali mu buyinza bwe baabateekawo, simanyi waliwo omuntu omulala yenna ayogera nga nze, ayogera ekintu nga bwe kiri, n'ayogera ensonga nga bweri, n'agamba nti Museveni mawulire gajjo, kati tunoonya mawulire gankya, n'agamba ate bwe nyogera Museveni ngamba ne dynasty ye baana be biki taliyo. Abantu abali ab'ekikanga ekyo balina enjogera yaabwe gye boogera. Mugende mubabuuze ebibuuzo bye mumbuuza, mugende mubabuuze. Ebibiina bijja byagala, twagala kufuna bamemba ba parliament bwe bati, tufune ssente za IPOD, y'endowooza yaabwe. Of them. Nzize okujjawo obukulembeze obwensikirano. Era ne ŋŋamba tewagenda kubeera lunaku yadde n'olumu nga Muhoozi yakulembera eggwanga lino. Terugenda kubeerawo. Nkyogeredde Katuuti wano. Muhoozi talifuga ggwanga lino. Museveni dynasty ekomye na muzeeyi, ate naye obudde bwe buweddeyo lwakuba atubuzaabuza, naye obudde bwe bukoze eki? Buweddeyo. Kakati n'olw'ensonga eyo bannayuganda mbasaba mutandike okulowooza ebiri mu maaso, ebiri emabega tubiveeko, mutandike okulowooza biki bye tugenda okukola mu ggwanga lino nga tulifunye, kubanga lyaffe bano obudde bwabwe buweddeyo. So n'olw'ensonga eyo abalowooza kye balowooza bakirowooze, tetujja kugenda mu maaso, tukole bye tukola. Oyo propaganda wa gundi omanyi ebintu ebyo bisse ebibiina. Ekibiina kijja nga ky'amaanyi, kati abantu ne balyanikoka oyo moolo, naye ng'ate abasonga mu balala be bamoolo. Kati ate abatali bamoolo ne bakasuka ebikopo ne bagamba baviiridde mu njogerera bubiŋŋenzi, ate nga bali kye baagala. Kati ekibiina ne kifa. Nsobola okumenyera ebibiina nga bibiri ebyali eby'amaanyi nga bigenze binafuwa olw'enjogera eyo. Oyo ali we, oyo emoolo, naye ng'ate abayita bannaabwe bamoolo. Owulidde? Balinga gundi abenzi basinga okuyita bannaabwe abenzi. Erisajja lyenzi, naye ng'omuntu ayogera omukyukukindoga naawe gweyogedde ekigambo ekyo, naye abatali benzi tabifaako, aba ali mu bibye. Omulaba mwenzi. So kati ebintu ebyo ebimu kati toliraba police abantu abayirangira okugejja. Muntu gwe ng'ogezze, teri muntu mutono alangira munno okugejja, taliyo. Aboogera kati era ojja kulanga alinga nze ŋŋamba omulala naye ng'otaddeko olubuto nga bw'otutundi olwage. Naye kati toliraba muntu afaanana ng'ono ng'alangira omuntu olubuto, taliyo, because talulaba naddulaba mu nsi ye, si nsonga. Owulidde? So kati ebyo nabyo mubyegendereze, abantu abamu abagenda nga beerangira, ate abo bwe mbanga musinga okwegendereza. So ndowooza ebibuuzo byammwe mbimazeeyo. Madam. The Electoral Commission is always going to be the Electoral Commission. It is Museveni's Electoral Commission. He appoints, disappoints, he does what he wants. There is a reason why we were the last people to come out of there. So it's always going to be his electoral commission. But you see, sometimes you have to you have to break through barriers when you want to get something done. And that's one of the barriers we are going to have to break through. Because we are not going to expect them to suddenly become impartial. That is never going to happen. And even the electoral reforms which other parties have been calling for, all of which were reasonable electoral reforms, the Electoral Commission is not going to take them up whatsoever. You present matters to them which are so clear. I remember one time there was a by-election, I think in Teso, somewhere like that, for an MP who died, Serere. And the military came and took over, and it was so I asked the Electoral Commission boss, so how come the elections are like a war? Then he said, no, there has to be security. I said, who commands the security? Is the security subject to the Electoral Commission, or Electoral Commission is subject to security? He could not answer that. Because the Electoral Commission is subject to what happens. It's supposed to be Electoral Commission calling for security to secure the elections. They're supposed to be the ones superintending over the elections, but they don't. Because we know what they have. But then, those are one of the barriers we have to fight through. And we are ready to fight through. And we are not going to lament that the Electoral Commission is not ready. It's that it's never, like last election, we went to the Abakama, went to the president a few months to the election and was begging for money. We want money to shift offices, we want this, what? And I said, that, now, how can that even be a fair election? When the head of the process is asking, it reminds me when I was when I was in football, you'd go for games up country, and I was a supporter of KCC at the time, and the referee, you're the one who gives him transport. He travels in a minibus of KCC supporters, and he's going to officiate the game. And guess what would happen? There would be penalties which are fake and what? Because you see, how is that even possible? You can't expect fairness. Because after the game, he's going to come and still hook a ride with KCC supporters. So can he be impartial in such a scenario? The answer is no. And they never were. So the reality is that we have to fight through those barriers. But that doesn't mean that those teams which carried the referees won. Sometimes the other teams won in spite of the referee. That's what we are going to do. Okay. Thank you very much.
I have no closing remarks, because when the president speaks, the president closes. Thank you very much.